Hi, everybody. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. We're here. I managed to log in a couple of minutes early because yesterday somebody told me that the notifications are coming late. So I thought I'd give us a couple of extra minutes. All right. Good. I see some people are arriving. Perfect. Okay. Well, since we have a minute, I'm going to run over and grab a glass of water real quick. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. All right. In yoga, we have, is it raining? That's great. Okay. In yoga, we have this concept of ahimsa. And I speak often, in my classes and my teaching, not get quite so close, about the importance of practicing in a way that doesn't cause harm to your body. Well, this morning, here's a different version of ahimsa, a different version of not causing harm to my body. This morning, I'm feeling thirsty. I've started the call. I need to teach for half an hour, but I also need to take care of myself. So it's important for me to go and get myself a glass of water so that I have something to drink, so that I'm not feeling, parched and uncomfortable while I'm teaching this class for the next half hour, 45 minutes, because if I am parched and uncomfortable, I'm not going to do as good of a job as I would if, I had some water to drink. And it seems like such a simple thing. It seems, trivial, inconsequential, but it's an important concept. It's an important concept in yoga, and it's an important concept that I integrate not only into my yoga practice, but also into regular life. So just an idea for you. That you can practice ahimsa, non-harm, both on the yoga mat and in your real life. Okay, let me see what time it is. It's 7:01. Hi, good morning, everybody who's here. Cool. All right. Now I'm going to actually take a drink of this water, and then I'll tell you about what we're going to work on today. Okay, much better. It would only be better if that was warm water, but anyway, we'll make do with that. Okay, so for today's practice, hello. How do you pronounce your name? Is it Elke? Elk? Good morning, welcome. I believe this is a she name, is joining from Belgium today, from Antwerp. Welcome, good morning, or actually it's good afternoon for you. All right, now we've got a whole bunch of stuff coming, a whole bunch of people popping on. All right, awesome. Welcome, everyone. So in today's practice, what we're going to work on is two things. Yesterday, I told you that we'd talk about breathing today, and we're going to do that. And the other thing that we're going to talk about is how to get up off the floor, because sometimes we have trouble with that. Sometimes, when we're hesitant, I should say, to get down onto the floor for yoga practice because we know it's going to be difficult to get back up. And so we're going to talk about that today. All right, I better put my glasses on because there's some comments popping in. Good afternoon from Greece. Hello, welcome. Good afternoon. Good morning, everybody. Okay, lots of folks coming on. Wonderful. So everyone's ready for the yoga practice this morning. We're working on breathing, and we're working on how to get up from the floor. And let's just go ahead and dive into that. So it's a lot of information. Let me just organize my brain for half of a second here, and then we'll get into it. Okay, so on the first day of practice, I gave you some information about breathing, and I told you that we're breathing in and out through the nose, if possible. If you're congested, of course, you can breathe through your mouth. That would be perfectly fine. And I also told you that if it's difficult to coordinate all of the movements and the breathing, not to worry about the breathing for right now. And that stands. That's absolutely true. If you're getting started with yoga and the instructions are too many and you can't handle everything at once, start with the movement. Soon the movement will become second nature to you, and then you can start working on the breathing. There's no harm in that. That's perfectly fine. Let me give you a little bit of additional information about breathing, because there are some questions that I get over and over. So I know that these are questions that lots of people have. One of the questions is, how do we know when we're supposed to inhale and when we're supposed to exhale? So here's how you know that. Inhales are meant to be done on movements that are expansive. So if we're doing something like this is an expansive movement. If we're doing, let me think what else. That's kind of the main one. So we have a contraction movement, which would be, going like this, and then an expansive movement that's like this. We'll use that as an example. There are other variations throughout the yoga practice, of course, but just for the sake of this conversation, we'll focus on those two movements. So when we inhale, we need space for the lungs to expand, for the ribs to expand, so that the inhale can be voluminous and beneficial. And when we when we exhale, obviously when we exhale, the lungs are getting smaller, and we can help that movement by doing a movement that is a contraction movement. So when we, fold like this or move into a forward fold, we're helping to contract the space of the ribs and the lungs to assist the exhale as it happens. And so when we do the yoga practice, let's just go through some examples. We do an expansive movement like warrior. This is an inhale. This is an exhale. This is the expansion. This is the contraction. There's different rules for things like triangle. So here we do inhale. This is an expansion. We call this a contraction. There's contraction happening on one side. Inhale to come back to the center, expanding. Exhale to the other side. Inhale to the center, and then exhale. This is a contraction. All right, so that's kind of in a nutshell how you know when you're supposed to inhale and exhale. And you can apply that to different kind of asana. Like, for example, if you are lying on the floor and you want to bring your knees up towards your chest, that would be a contraction movement. And this would be an expansion movement. So this is exhale and this is inhale. Okay, I see some comments popping in. Let's see. At the end of the practice, when we breathe, should our shoulders move up and down? Okay, this is a great question. Let me talk about this now. Okay, when we breathe, okay, and this is getting into a little bit beyond beginner level information, but take this information now. If you can use it now, great. If not, store it away in your brain and you can use it later. But when we inhale, the expansion that we're doing with the lungs and with the ribs is out toward the sides. So we're trying to inhale and expand like this, and exhale and contract in like this. The muscles of breathing, I'm getting a little bit very advanced now. The muscles of breathing are the diaphragm, which stretches across here, and then the muscles between your lungs, between your ribs, the muscles all around here. When we breathe like this, shallow breathing, and we're using these muscles here, this will tend to put a lot of tension into these muscles in your neck and in your shoulders. So it's important to try to breathe and expand this way when you feel ready for that level of practice. So that's, it's quite subtle. First, figure out the postures, then figure out how to coordinate the breath with the movement. And then you can start to think about some details like how exactly to expand the lungs and the ribs when you're breathing. Let me see if there's anything else related to breathing I need to tell you. If you have any questions, of course, you can type them in, and we'll get to the actual asana practice in just a minute here. Okay, so I talked to you about when to inhale and when to exhale. Oh, okay, the last thing that I wanted to tell you about is why there is such an emphasis on breathing in the yoga practice. I was just thinking if I needed to clarify that, but no, yeah. Why is there such an emphasis on breathing in the yoga practice? The purpose of yoga, as defined in the Yoga Sutras, which is a very important ancient text on yoga, the purpose of yoga is not to become flexible or, get really strong or anything like that. The real ultimate purpose of yoga is to quiet the mind, for your mind to be calm and peaceful so that you can perceive, the world clearly and act accordingly. And the way that we work on the mind is with the breathing. So yes, we work on the body and we work on mindfulness by coordinating the breath to the movement. So the breath is a very important mindfulness practice that eventually, when we feel ready for it, starts to give us, benefits beyond the physical benefits of the yoga practice. So I think I'll leave that there. It's kind of an advanced concept, and hopefully it makes sense, at least theoretically for right now. And then as you begin practicing more consistently, you'll start to experience firsthand what that means and how, how the breathing starts to give you these more subtle benefits of the practice. Okay, let me check if there are any other questions right now. There aren't. Okay, so that's your crash course in breathing. And let's go ahead now and get into the asana practice. And in today's practice, we're going to work on standing, and then we're going to work on lying down. And when we get toward the end, we're going to talk about how to get up from the floor. Okay, let's do it. Let's do it. Okay, so find your comfortable standing position. Lengthen your spine, relax your shoulders, and find your breathing. Smooth out your inhales and your exhales. You can experiment, if you'd like, with expanding the ribs and the lungs out toward the sides. So toward the sides and front and back, like 360 degrees around you, you're expanding. And when you're exhaling, you're observing how everything contracts back in toward the midline of the body. Okay, let's begin some moving now. And I'm going to change things up just a little bit. So just stay with me with the instructions and we will do just fine. On an inhale, bring your arms out and up if it's comfortable for you. Exhale, arms move out and down. Then inhale, bring your arms forward and up. Exhale, forward and down. Inhale, out and up to your comfort level. Exhale, out and down. Inhale, forward and up. Exhale, forward and down. Engage your abs, draw your belly button in. Inhale, out and up. Exhale, out and down. Inhale, forward and up. Exhale, forward and down. Last one, belly still drawn in. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. All right, take a break. Relax your shoulders. As I was doing that, I was thinking, I got distracted at the end. I may not even have done the right quantity, but what I was thinking is that oftentimes I get the question, and since we're talking about breathing today, I'm going to stop and talk about this real quick. If we're drawing the belly in, how are we also expanding and breathing? And that's a very valid question, and it's something that you'll figure out with practice. It is It does really take a lot of practice and experience to know how to engage here and expand at the same time. So, just do for now what feels comfortable, but keep that intention in your mind that you're engaging and expanding at the same time, and eventually it will come. We can talk about it more if you have questions about it. Okay, now let's next go into some forward folding. So on an inhale, bring your arms forward and up. Exhale, bend your knees, fold as much as you're comfortable. Inhale, walk your way up. Exhale, relax your shoulders down. Inhale, arms forward and up. Exhale, bend your knees and fold. Inhale, walk your way up. Exhale, shoulders relax. We're going to do 2 more. Inhale. Exhale, fold. Inhale, walk your way up. Exhale, shoulders relax. Last one, inhale. Exhale, fold. Inhale, walk your way up. Exhale, relax. Very good. Now let's go into warrior. And today, let's do warrior with arms overhead, palms facing in if it's comfortable for you. If your shoulders don't like that version, you can always switch to the cactus arms version. Okay, so step your left foot forward, your right foot back. Turn your hips so they're facing toward the front. And please remember to keep that width between your feet, side to side space, so that you can more easily turn your hips and feel comfortable and stable. All right, here we go. On an inhale, front knee bends and the arms move forward and up. Palms are facing in. Exhale, knees straightens, arms go down. Inhale, knee bends, arms go up. Exhale, knees straightens, arms down. Try to keep your belly button drawn in smoothly. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Okay, great. Step your left foot back and then step your right forward. All right. And just adjust your stance as needed so that you can comfortably turn your hips to face toward the front. Then here we go. Inhale, knee bends, arms go up. The knee is directly over your ankle. Exhale, knee straightens, arms down. Inhale, front knee bends, arms go up. Exhale, knee straightens, arms down. Inhale smoothly, smooth movement and breathing all the way up. Exhale, smooth movement and breathing all the way down. Here's the last one. Inhale. Exhale. Very good. Step your right foot back. Very good. We're going to work on a new posture today that I haven't taught you before. This is chair pose, and chair is very good for strengthening in the lower body. You'll also feel strengthening happening in your abs and in your legs. So the way we're going to do chair today is step your feet a comfortable distance apart. Then on inhale, you might want to just watch this one. On inhale, you're going to bring your arms forward, palms face down. Exhale, bend your knees as much as you're comfortable. You can think about feeling as if you're about to sit on a stool. Then on inhale, come back up. Exhale, arms move forward and down. All right, you ready? Let's try it. Inhale, arms forward and up. Exhale, squat as much as you're comfortable. Keep your abs engaged, your chest is lifted. Inhale, come up. Exhale, arms forward and down. Let's keep going. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. I'm going to turn and give you a new view. Inhale, arms go forward. Exhale, squat. Inhale, come up. Exhale, arms go down. Take a little break. Breathe for a minute. We're going to do 3 more rounds here in just a little bit. And what we're going to do differently now is we're going to pay attention to which muscles are working when we lower and when we come up. All right, I'm going to turn sideways to show you this. So what we're trying to do when we do this squat is activate, at least for right now, activate and feel your glute muscles working, especially right here on the side. You'll feel this. Try also to feel the muscle in the back of the thigh working, activating to support you on the way down and to support you on the way up. Okay, let's do it. So 3 rounds, if you're up for it. On an inhale, arms forward to chest height. Exhale, glutes and hamstrings help to lower you down. Inhale, glutes and hamstrings lift you up. Exhale, arms forward and down. Inhale, forward and up. Exhale, squat with your glutes and hamstrings. Inhale, same muscles, lift you up. Exhale, arms forward and down. Last one. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Come up. Exhale. Arms forward and down. Great. Let's go into forward folding again. So inhale, arms forward and up. Exhale. Bend your knees and fold as much as you're comfortable. On an inhale, either walk your hands up or stretch your arms forward and up. Exhale, arms forward and down. Inhale, arms forward and up. Exhale, fold as much as you're comfortable. Knees can be bent or straight, whatever feels right for you. Inhale, come up. Exhale, arms forward and down. 2 more if you're up for it. Inhale. Exhale. Fold. Do relax your neck. Inhale. Come up. Exhale. Arms forward and down. Last one. Inhale. Exhale. Fold. Inhale, come up. Exhale, arms forward and down. Very nice work. Okay, let me just check how we're doing on time. Let's do a little bit of twisting and then we're going to go to the floor. So step your feet a little bit wide, like a little bit wider than hip width. Not like a, maximum wide stance, just a little bit wide. And we're going to work on the twisting here. So inhale, stretch your arms out. Exhale, twist to your left. Inhale, twist to the center. Exhale, twist to the right. Inhale to the center. Exhale, arms come down. Inhale, arms stretch out. Exhale, twist left. See how your back muscles are feeling. Inhale to the center. Exhale, twist right. Again, observe your back. Inhale to the center. Exhale, arms come down. Last one. Inhale, arms stretch out. Exhale, twist left, however much is comfortable for you. Inhale to center. Exhale, twist right. Inhale to center. Exhale, arms rest down. Okay, take a little break. Step your feet together. And now we're going to move to lying down on the floor. So I'm going to take a minute here to adjust my camera so that you can still see me. Oh, that's the wrong one. This one. Okay, you should be able to see me there. Perfect. I'm going to keep this chair close by because we might use it as a tool when it's from the floor. Okay. So comfortable lying down position. You can come down however works for you. And when we move into a lying position in the yoga practice, I would encourage you to lay in a way that feels comfortable for your body. So lots of details here, actually. Let's take a minute to talk about it. Bend your knees. Just start with that. Bend your knees if that's more comfortable for you. Sometimes when people have low back pain, trying to lay down with the legs fully extended is really not comfortable. So it's perfectly fine to bend your knees. Some other information here. If your neck feels uncomfortable here, or if you find that your head is actually tilted back like this, it may be beneficial for you to use a small pillow in your yoga practice to elevate your head a tiny bit so that it can move to a more neutral position like this, rather than tilted back because there's tension. Okay, so that's one prop that you might want to use, like a small folded towel or a blanket behind your head. Another thing is, for people who are more endowed in their bottom, in their bum, a bigger bottom, oftentimes what happens is that this part of the body will be floating and it's not comfortable in the back. Sorry, let me try again. The bum will be down, but the rest of the body will be, it's just not comfortable. I'm having a hard time explaining it from a lying down position. So if you have a bigger bum and your back is not comfortable in a lying down position, what you can do, actually I have my blanket right here so I can show you. You can use a folded blanket from your waist level and up. And this helps to kind of just balance things out and compensate for your bigger bum, and gives you a little bit more height here so that your whole spine can be more comfortable. So feel free to do any of these, use any of these props if you'd like to make your lying posture more comfortable for your body. Okay, let me move this out of the way. So now hopefully everybody is comfortable. Go ahead and stretch your arms out toward the sides. Palms are facing up. And you can close your eyes if you want to. And then step your feet wider, about as wide as your hip or wider still, maybe about as wide as a yoga mat. And we're going to do some twisting now with the lower body. So bring both knees over toward the left side as far as they comfortably go. On an inhale, bring your knees to the center. Exhale, bring the knees to the right side. Inhale to the center. Let's keep going. Exhale, left. Inhale, center. Exhale, right. Inhale, center. Over toward the left. If your right hip lifts up, it's totally fine. Inhale to center. Exhale to the right, stretching probably in the left leg. Inhale to the center. One more round over toward the left. Inhale to the center. Exhale toward the right. Inhale to the center. Very good. Bring your knees, your feet, I should say, closer to each other. Naturally, your knees will come closer to each other. And then walk your feet in so much that the inner edges of the feet are touching, and bring your arms down alongside your hips. On an inhale, bring both knees out toward the sides. So left knee's going left, right knee's going right. At the same time, bring your arms up toward the ceiling and back. Then exhale. Everything goes back to the starting place. Knees move together and the arms go down. Here we go again. Inhale, knees wide, arms back. Exhale, knees move together while the arms go down. Inhale, knees go wide while the arms go back. Exhale, knees move together while the arms go down. Last one. Inhale, knees wide, arms back. Exhale, knees together, arms down. Okay, very good. Shake your legs out a little bit. Stretch your arms out toward the sides. They don't have to be fully out at shoulder level. Just do what's comfortable for you. And we'll wrap up today's practice with 3 slow and smooth breaths. You can begin when you're ready. See if you can feel your ribs or your abdomen expanding when you inhale and contracting when you exhale. Whenever your 3 breaths are finished, return to natural breathing. And then we're going to start to work on how to get up from this lying position. So if it feels natural to you to roll over and get up, that is perfectly fine. But just in case you need this information, I want to give it to you. So you can roll onto one side of your body. Press yourself up to your comfortable-ish sitting position. If you need to extend your legs, it's perfectly fine. Folded legs are fine. What we're going to do next, I'm going to bring my chair around over here so that it's handy when I'm ready for it. To get up, what I propose is rolling over onto hands and knees. And then you can do this with your hands on the floor, or if you have a piece of furniture close by, you can bring your hands up onto the piece of furniture. Whichever knee feels stronger, you're going to keep comfortable on the floor. You're going to keep that one down. And whichever leg feels stronger for the purposes of hoisting you up, we're going to bring that one forward. So decide which one's coming forward and set it up so that your ankle is under your knee. And then you can press into your hands and press into this foot here. Tuck your back toes under and come up in this way. Okay, so once we're up, we're not going to practice it again, but hopefully that's beneficial for you. And you can practice it next time you have to be down on the floor. So remember, you're going to, from your lying position, roll onto your side, come up to sitting, then roll over onto hands and knees. Then decide if you're going to keep your hands down or bring them up onto something. Step one leg up. Make sure that you have good leverage here. So the ankle is under the knee, and then use your strength in that leg in your 2 hands to lift you up to standing. Hopefully that's helpful. Very good work. Thanks everybody for being here and practicing with me today. If you've gotten this far, you know that our emphasis has been on breathing and on how to get up from the floor. And if you have any questions about anything we've done or yoga in general, I'm happy to hear from you in the comments. I see Lisa has done a super chat. Thank you, Lisa. I appreciate your support. You're in the office today and cannot join. Oh, how sweet of you to log in. Yeah, you can practice with us after work. Thank you, Lisa. That's so thoughtful. All right. Anyone have any questions about anything that we have done today? Everything makes sense? Yeah? Okay. I need some more water. Here in Central Texas, we have seasonal allergies pretty much year-round, and today I'm feeling that a little bit. I'm feeling slightly congested. I notice it's a little bit harder to breathe than usual. My husband is having a lot of allergy symptoms right now with lots of sneezing, but thankfully I'm doing pretty much all right. All right, good. Many thanks. You're most welcome. You're most welcome. I guess there are no questions today. Everybody's gotten all their questions answered. Let me see if there is anything that I need to share with you. I don't know. Yeah, let me tell you about the monthly practice calendar. Oh, I see some comments coming in now. I'll read them in just a second. When the 7-day challenge is done, sometimes people panic a little bit. When the challenges are finished, they say, I've been practicing with you every day. What am I going to do now? I have been developing, I think since October, a monthly practice calendar, and it is linked in the description below this video. And there's a playlist associated with it. If you go to the playlist, that links you back to the actual calendar so that you can see what video to be doing each day of the week. Yeah, so that's a kind of easy way that you can practice without having to go and make a decision about which video to do each day. I've planned it out for you. And the way that I plan those is like this. On the weekdays, we alternate between two practices. So Monday through Friday, we have two practices, and we do one of them Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and the other one Tuesday, Thursday. And the reason we do it like that is because I believe there's a lot of benefit in doing yoga practices more than one time. In fact, you could do the same yoga practice for a month or 6 months, and it would be very beneficial. But for the sake of kind of keeping it fresh and interesting, I've given 2 videos per week. And then on the weekends, I give longer practices. Usually I do 2 videos. One is an asana video, and the other one is either a breathing or relaxation. And the reason that I've planned them like that is because usually people have more time available on the weekends that they can dedicate to their yoga practice. So yeah, that's pretty much it. And then for the January calendar, I did a short introduction video. So that one is linked at the top of the calendar and you can see that. Let me see what's happening over here in the comments. Oh, okay, got some questions. In the chair position, I noticed that the muscles I feel working the most are the thigh muscles in the front. Yes, and a little bit in the back. That is correct. Yeah, that is normally how we feel it. Normally it's the muscles in the front that take over and do the work. And so that's why specifically I mentioned to try to feel the ones in the back, just so that we can switch around, what's happening in there. Sorry. Sorry, there's too many ideas in my head. Oftentimes, I have found that women, me included, have weakness of the glutes and the hamstrings, and it can lead to all kinds of problems, mainly related to some sort of low back pain or hip pain. So I do put a lot of emphasis in using these muscles in the back more than the ones in the front, because these naturally will work. These, sometimes we have to put a special effort to get them to do something. So yeah, your observation is absolutely correct. Normally it's the front of the thighs that want to do the work in chair, but I would encourage you to try to get the ones in the back to work as well for that reason. Yeah, thank you for the breathing instruction. You're most welcome. I can feel the butt working, but not as much. Yep, that is perfectly normal and common. It does require an extra effort to get these muscles working. You are most welcome, Kate. Welcome to you. I don't think I've seen your name before, so welcome. Good. My mom is wearing her mask. Very good. Everyone, please wear a mask and be safe. S says, thank you. You're welcome. Beatrice. Good morning, Beatrice. Thank you for the suggestion of the blanket to lie on with a bigger bum. Yep. My back arches a lot when lying on the floor, and that made the postures more comfortable. Yay! Yay, that's great. I'm so happy to hear that. Very good. Have been using the calendar for 2 months now. It really helps with my consistency with practice without having to go find something to do. Awesome. I'm happy to hear that. Good. Got it. It makes sense. And I do have lower back pain. Thank you for today. You're most welcome. Yeah. When I created that calendar, my idea was, I can't remember exactly why I did it, but then I realized, I think it was Nicole who told me that it makes it easier to know what to do when you don't have to go hunting for it. So that was kind of an unintended benefit of the calendar, but I'm glad that, for whatever reason I put it out, it seems to be working well for people. Good. Let me know if there's any other questions. I'm going to think if there's anything else that I should share with you today. The calendar's there. Another thing you can do after this challenge is finished, if you want to, is I've done 2 other challenges. So I have a 21-day challenge and I have another 7-day challenge. So if you prefer this kind of format, you can find those. They each have a playlist on my channel, and so you can go and find them and you can do those each day. Another thing that I want to mention, if you cannot practice every day, what should you do? Then how do you practice? So if you're doing the calendar, what I would suggest is that, so just say you can't practice, someday like on a Tuesday, then just skip the Tuesday and go to the Wednesday practice so that you can keep, organized, and you're just doing the practice that's assigned for that day, and just skip the days, that you can't practice. Don't worry about that. I think that's better than saying, I can't practice on Tuesday, so I'm going to do Tuesday's practice on Wednesday, and then you kind of get out of sync, and you can just kind of get a little bit confusing and stressful. So just stick with whatever's assigned for that day, and that will be perfectly fine. And I guess that kind of also leads to the question of how much should I practice? I do get that question a lot. We can practice yoga every day. If you have time and interest in practicing every day, that's a great practice. Go ahead and do it, especially if you're practicing along with my videos. They're not too long, too strenuous. You're not going to overdo it by doing these, 30, 20, 30, 40-minute practices every day. That's perfectly fine. You'll get lots of benefit from practicing so consistently. If, on the other hand, your life is very busy and you cannot manage to practice every day, I would suggest you try to practice at least, I would say if you're doing shorter practices, 5 days per week. If you're doing our Zoom classes, which is another way that you can practice with us live if you'd like. Our Zoom classes are an hour long. And if you're doing those, I would suggest a minimum of 4 times per week. So most of the days of the week, so that you have consistency and, really start to experience the benefits sooner and more profoundly. I was going to say stronger, but that's not exactly right. A more profound experience of the benefits of yoga by practicing at least 4 days per week. But of course, some yoga is better than no yoga. So if 4 or 5 is an unattainable goal for you, practice once per week. That's perfectly fine, or 2 days per week. Practice when you can. And another thing I would tell you, in the spirit of ahimsa, like we were talking about earlier, if you have a goal of practicing, say, 5 times per week, but it's a really busy week and some stuff comes up and you are only able to practice 2 times, that is perfectly fine. Be kind with yourself and know that some yoga is better than no yoga. You don't need to feel guilty about missing your yoga practice. We definitely don't want the yoga practice to add stress to your life. So we have the intention of practicing, but if it doesn't happen, it's okay. Don't stress yourself out over it. Okay, there's lots of philosophy there for you. Let's see. Okay, I think we're good on the comments. Still folks hanging out with me as I chatter and ramble about all things related to yoga. So thank you for hanging out. I think that's it for today. Thank you. You answered 3 of my questions. The guilt. Yeah, Nicole, I know you've been busy, and you mentioned that during the holiday season, it was hard to do your consistent yoga practice. And for you and for everybody, don't worry about it. We can always begin again. Every day is a opportunity to begin dedicating ourselves to our consistent yoga practice. So yeah, don't stress over it. All right, I think that's all for today. I will see you tomorrow for day 4. If you watch this recording later, I'm happy to hear from you in the comments, so you can type your questions in there and I will respond in the comments as soon as I can get to them. All right, if you enjoyed this practice today, please give it a thumbs up, click the like button so that YouTube will share it with more people. And if you haven't already, please be sure to subscribe and click the notification bell so that hopefully, fingers crossed, YouTube will let you know when I publish new videos or go live or any of that stuff. All right, I feel the same sometimes. Yeah. Okay, very good. Thank you, everybody. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.